Hi folks, we're going to take a look at number 7 from page 480. So they want us to find the vector and parametric equations of a plane which is parallel to the YZ plane and passes through this point -1, 2, 1. Okay, so since I'm looking for the vector and parametric equations, I need a point, which I have, and two direction vectors. Okay, as opposed to the Cartesian equation where I'd be looking for a normal vector. Okay, so if a plane is parallel to the YZ plane, it means that I can use the same direction vectors to define the new plane. So if I draw myself a little diagram here, in case I'm not seeing it in my head. Okay, so there's our 3D space, and what we're looking for is we're looking for a plane that's parallel to this YZ plane. So luckily we have two very easy direction vectors for this plane. You can just take the vector k, which is just 0, 0, 1, and you take the vector j, which is 0, 1, 0. These are direction vectors for the YZ plane, hence they'll be direction vectors for any plane that's parallel to it. Okay. If I was looking for the Cartesian equation, I'd be looking for a vector that's perpendicular to this plane, so I would take 1, 0, 0. Okay. So once I have my two direction vectors and my point, well, I can just write out, there's no algebra to do, I can just write out my equation. Okay, so here the vector r from 0, 0, 0 to a point on the plane is given as the point, -1, 2, 1. Okay, technically the vector to that point. Okay, plus scalar multiples of the two direction vectors. So I'll say s times 0, 1, 0 plus t times 0, 0, 1. And of course s and t can take on all real values. Okay, so there's my vector equation. And if I want to write my parametric equation, of course, that's just the individual components written separately. So here x is going to be equal to -1 plus 0s plus 0t. So essentially just -1. Y is going to be equal to 2 plus s plus 0t. So just 2 plus s. And then z is going to be equal to 1 plus 0s plus t. So 1 plus t. Okay, so a fairly simple parametric equation. All right, so just to recap here, because I was looking for a vector parametric equation combo, I was looking for direction vectors, and since this was parallel to the YZ plane, I just needed to use the same direction vectors that would work to define the YZ plane, which of course were just our vectors j and k. Okay, that's it for this one.